actually how many shops, locally owned businesses there are. Our area includes all of Cowlitz County, Canary Near, and Cuyahoga County. And within that area, there's over 5,000 locally owned businesses in that area.
5,000? Did you hear that? That's a lot of shopping.
That is a lot of shopping, yeah. And we need to keep those people alive. And Doc here, he came in last year, actually last summer.
He's a great addition.
He is.
I understand that you use Dot from time to time out in the community. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about the role that Dot plays?
Sure. Well, actually, DOT is an acronym. It stands for Defending Our Turf.
I love it.
One locally owned business at a time. And he is a whole part of making shopping local fun. It's, especially during the holidays, you'll see him out in front of some of our local businesses with a sign that says, support locally owned businesses or shop locally owned businesses. It's to remind people not to forget those shops. And he loves them very much, and he wants to help them as much as he can.
And I gotta say, this is kind of fun to me because, dogs kind of say loyalty in itself and faithfulness, and dogs have that unconditional love that is there with a dog. Anybody that's a dog owner or a dog lover knows that, and I think that's fun that you chose a dog for this particular character to help represent Rely Local and being out there to remind people to shop in the local community and our small businesses. I'm very small business compassionate, and I am 100% supportive of your guys' organization and what you do for this community. And I'm kind of fond of Dodd, I gotta admit, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, hard to resist, I know.
He is, it's one of those you just can't help go and pet his head and say, oh, there's Dodd. So, how fun. So, if business wanted to get involved with Rely Local, if one of these 5,000 that you're talking about, how would they go about doing that?
Well, first of all, if they've never heard of us or been to our site, go to RelyLocal.com, R-E-L-Y, local.com.
It has a catchy logo on the radio, I've heard it.
Yep, exactly. And start there and check us out. And it comes out to about $25 a month to have the full page listing. And actually, some of our businesses actually use it as their web page.
That's great because, we all know how having web presence is important, and sometimes with being a small business, you just don't have time to do all of those pieces. So that's awesome that you're able to help combine that.
It's really helped some of our restaurants, and they've actually told us that they've saved money because some of our restaurants have their menus uploaded online, and then they tell the customers who are calling or saying, hey, you have to-go menus and that. Go to RelyLocal.com and find me there. And I know one of our businesses said that we are saving them $200 a month on printing.
$200 a month. You times that by 12, and you're talking some serious money there.
Oh yeah, and for a business that in the restaurant industry right now is having a very hard time. They have to make a choice. Do they up those costs on the customer or try and eat it themselves?
Or cut costs by limiting staff, which when somebody loses a job, which hurts families in this community as well.
Well, and that's the other thing that we're trying to bring out there is the awareness to people of the importance of going to these places. And I really throw restaurants out there for the fact that we've all been to the grocery store. We have seen our grocery bills all go up.
Yes, definitely.
So what does that mean to the restaurants? And if people aren't going in to eat, it's really tough.
It is really tough. And we have really in this area, I am very partial to a lot of our locally owned restaurants because as much as chain restaurants are yummy, I love the uniqueness that you can get at some of our individual restaurants that you can't get somewhere else. And then, also customer service. They seem to be very customer service oriented. Not that the chain restaurants aren't, but there's something about walking in, we've all seen Cheers. We all love walking in and then saying his name, knowing what our favorite order is. And that's just something rewarding to ourselves, and I get that a lot at these locally owned restaurants. And I think it's great, like I said, the value that you offer with Rely Local, giving that community feel to small businesses. because we all need to feel like we're belonging, and you guys offer such a great service. You know, and affordable, it sounds like. You know, $25 a month, Rely Local. What was the website again?
RELY, local.com.
I love it. And then you have a partner as well that's with Rely Local, John Randall, which is very known in the community as well, just almost as well known as Dot. I assume he's probably busy tonight doing other things, but yeah, so I appreciate you and Dot coming down. Dot, you are of value to this community. You've become well known. I noticed you guys also have a Facebook page.
We do. We have a very active Facebook page. We're getting up to, I think, about 2,000 fans.
Fabulous.
And we do update people on there. And actually, right before here, we were at a community event in Castle Rock. We actually do a lot during the summer. I believe we were in 6 or 8 parades. And
only 6 or 8 parades?
Something like that. And then we did that, this Christmas time. And that's the fun part. That's the fun part of this is bringing Dot out and seeing the children and the parents and actually it's great to see the little ones because so many of them are so scared of so many characters. And actually, we do get away with a lot more of the kids with Dot. I think he's just a little more friendly.
It's a puppy dog. Everybody loves a puppy dog. You know, and that's why I think it's just brilliant that you guys were able to create the dog atmosphere of it and the message with loyalty and faithfulness and accepting of it. So, if you were to talk with a small business, what are some values you would want to bring out for Rely Local to that business? That are some strengths that you can help them with? You mentioned the website aspect, but what else?
Well, one of the biggest things that we try and teach our businesses is to be unique. We set yourself apart. It's kind of, I like to throw this analogy out. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Head of State. It's a very fun, funny, political kind of movie. But the girlfriend tells the guy running for president and says, have you ever been to a horse race? And he says, well, yes. So they put blinders on the horses for a reason. Put your blinders on and run the race. And make yourself the best that you can be.
That's a good point.
And I think that is what our businesses can do. And, and like I said, be unique, be different. When we actually have lots of coupons on our website that consumers can.
That's good to know too.
Yeah, they can live at any time. There's over actually 100 coupons that can be downloaded at any time. And that's the other thing we tell people is make your coupons different. Think outside the box.
Come up with something that's special for them. That's great.
Right. The everyday things, society has changed. You have to change with it. I mean, if it means you've got to dress up in a dog suit and wave at traffic, then that's what you have to do.
That's definitely being outside the box, but I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. So, I mentioned Facebook for a reason, and I want to kind of go back to that a little bit because I'm kind of an avid stalker on Facebook, which now stalking is cool if you're on Facebook. I just want to let you know that. I know that Dot is out in the community, and he's waving to people, and he's holding up signs. But, all right. We will do that in just a mere moment. I also noticed on your Facebook that you put out there that, tell us where God is. And I think that's so much fun. It just adds to that fun atmosphere that you were just talking about, how you're not selling Rely Local. You're drawing in the community to have fun with this just as much as you are.
And that's what we want our businesses to have, is fun with this too. Because without them, what are we?
Exactly.
And actually the whole locate Dot, or we were saying spot Dot last year, but then people were thinking Dot's name is Spot. So locate
that's you.
Exactly. So actually periodically during the holiday season we have Dot out, and on our Facebook it says where is he located. The first person who actually posts on there correctly which Rely Local business he's in front of, they get 2 things. One, they win 15 raffle tickets.
Prizes already.
Well, they could end up at 15. And then they actually also end up in a drawing that will be going for a mystery prize at the end of the year. And actually, if you go onto our website, which is relyllocal.com,
Right on.
you'll actually see where it talks about the raffle. If you click on there, you'll actually see there's about 40 different locally owned businesses that have sponsored prizes. I mean, we're talking meals, sunglasses, art dust. I mean, there's all sorts of different prizes. And most of those businesses actually have raffle tickets to give out to their customers also.
Wow.
So, yeah. And
That
then,
is really absolutely fabulous to hear.
well, at the Christmas parade we had, just down the way here, we gave out, I ran behind the truck, but
I paid money for that.
I'm sure. We gave out over 1,500 raffle tickets, and I've already gotten 4 people who had winning tickets because the numbers are already pre-run on the website. And actually, one of them was out of Marysville, Washington.
So it wasn't even in the local area. That's fabulous.
No, but what's great is she won a prize, and she's going to drive back down here and collect that prize.
That is great. Well, I hate to cut you short. We are out of time, but thank you again to Dot and yourself with Rely Local.